everyone. Welcome to the Expert Corner. And today I have with us a very special guest and someone very dear to my heart. We have Dr. Nsombi Jaja. For me, Mama Jaja. Welcome, Dr. Jaja. How are you doing today?
I am absolutely wonderful, Camille, and that is my standard answer. When people ask me, how are you? I say I am wonderful because all of my organs are working. I can see, I can hear, I live in a beautiful home, I have a roof over my head, I slept well last night, I had breakfast this morning. There are more right things in my life than there are wrong things. And so I am
That's
wonderful.
absolutely beautiful. I love to hear that. I
Oh,
love to hear that. And I'm so happy that you're doing wonderful. And I'm doing
yes.
wonderful myself. It's such a blessing to be sitting with you today and for you to be sharing your knowledge with us. I am very excited about this conversation, something that's very, very dear to my heart. Viewers, as you guys, most of you know that I am Jamaican. And so is Dr. Jaja. But what's exciting, okay, first of all, let me just say this. This lady is who I aspire to be.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
my role model. She has brought, well, she has been a part of bringing change management to the Caribbean, especially to our island home, Jamaica. And that will be our conversation today to find out just a little bit more about what does it look like on our island, Jamaica. What does change management look like in on that settings?
You know, all 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 organizations are going through rapid change. A small island like ours, there are lots of changes that are taking place at the country level, at the organization level, at the community level, at the family level. Yes. And so change is something that people have to be grappling with. Over the last few decades, though, what we have seen happening in Jamaica, not just Jamaica, but the Caribbean, we've seen a lot of mergers and acquisitions. We've seen a lot of restructuring in organizations. We've seen a lot of outplacement. Yeah. Um, what I call sometimes downsizing, they call it downsizing. But when they do not use proper approaches to the restructuring and the outplacement process, I call that downsizing because it creates more problems than it
Mm-hmm.
actually solves. But more recently, organizations are taking a much more structured approach to change management. And even at the government level, you find a number of people are ProSci certified because they have to, the government has been going through a lot of changes in the MDAs, the ministries, the departments, and the agencies. And so they have really equipped a lot of our internal consultants, those who work within the ministries, the departments, and the agencies, with the knowledge and the skills and the competencies to be able to lead the change. So I'm very pleased to see what is happening on that side. On the side of the private sector, they now understand how important it is change management to success, because what we find is that if the change is not managed properly, then whatever the initiative is that they are implementing to improve the performance of the organization, the objectives are sub-optimized because you can't be running ahead with all the technical things that you want to do to make the organization better and leave the people behind you. And then it's when you reach to a certain place and you realize that you've forgotten the people behind you, you say, oops. And then you
Yes.
try to do something to kind of
Right.
elevate them. So I see more and more and more and more organizations, and it's not just the large organizations, but the medium and the small organizations are being very proactive in change management. So
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with that.
I am very pleased. That shows me that they are really putting people first within these organizations in Jamaica. And this
Absolutely.
is something that I'm absolutely proud of, especially to see the government investing in training people to
Yes.
understand how to apply change.
Yes.
Change management is all about that human side. How are we going to enable adoption? How are we going to enable stakeholders? Not only enable them, but empower them. And to
Absolutely.
see this in Jamaica, I am absolutely pleased. So do you think now with a newer understanding of change management within Jamaica and the Caribbean, is there opportunities for other consultants or maybe consultants in the Caribbean to come into this
Hello.
field or find work?
Hello. Organizations need help, and not just the education side of the change management, but the implementation of it. Because they say change management is the process of applying a structured approach to taking an
Yes.
organization from a current state to a future state, to achieve specific objectives. And so, to the extent that organizations need the help to transition from the current state to the future state, and that path is not a linear path. That path
Mm.
is fraught with pitfalls and potholes and bends
Mhm.
and twists and turns and so on, because you and I know that to get a group of people to align on the same objectives and move in the same direction in order to get the benefits, that is hard. And the hardest part of it is just identifying where people fall on the change curve. Who are
Yes.
the who are the ambassadors, who are the early adopters, who are the late supporters, who are the laggards, who are the saboteurs.
Mhm.
And we really have to develop a particular approach to engage with those, so that we can skew the change
Mhm.
histogram to the left. And that requires a lot of help and support. Now,
Yes.
all of us, they're not all, I can't work with all organizations, and there are some
Yeah,
organizations I choose not to work with, because your spirit and your approach and your passion and your vision and enthusiasm must align with the client organization. And
that's
there
true.
are some red flags I look for when organizations reach out to me for help. And when I see those red flags, I kind of back away from it, because at the end of the day, you want to maintain your peace, and you want to
Right.
maintain your joy, and you want to deliver the best value to the client. And some of these organization environment really do not
Mm.
allow that. But I
Yes.
share with you, the other day I got a call. Um, no, actually, it was a WhatsApp message from a client. And they say, we need you, we need your help. Now, I hadn't heard about this organization ever before. So I kind of reached out to them, got the terms of reference, responded to them, and within a snap, they responded back to me, and we got into it. And the first set of people I worked with are the leaders of the organization, because
Yes.
they have to have the mindset, they have to have the vision, they have to be very clear on what they want to achieve, and they want to define it in such a way that they can communicate it to their people, so that their people can actually buy into it and support it.
Mhm.
We identify the quick wins according to Cotter say, identify some quick wins along the journey, because people can suffer from change fatigue. And so
Right.
what we want to do is to ensure that people are on board. So when you get the leadership team on board, including the board,
Mhm.
yeah, and they are passionate about it, and they are knowledgeable about what needs to be done, it's such a nice journey. Huh?
It
And
is.
I'm telling you, I really enjoyed that, because they had after we went through the training with the leaders, we scripted what that change vision looks like. And then
Wow.
they had a big town hall. We
Oh,
brought
I love it.
everybody together from all across the country to this town hall, and then they
Wow.
shared vision and got people to buy in, and we showed them
Wow.
the histogram, the change histogram, and asked them how is it that we can get the majority of the people on the left-hand side of the change histogram, and they shared with us what are some of the things that the organization should do in order to get everybody kind of buying in. And then after that, I had a few sessions with them on understanding, managing, and coping with change. And let me tell you, the energy in the organization was like
Wow.
night and day.
Wow.
When you bring your people with you, you see, Camille, in any organization, and they
Yes.
understand where you're taking them and why you're taking them there, what are the benefits, what are the risks if we don't do it, it's unbelievable because
It's easy.
people bright.
Right. People can grasp it. You
Yes,
know, like we always say that great sponsorship, it's so important for change. And I'm
yes,
I'm from this conversation, I'm learning it's no different in the Caribbean or in Jamaica.
exactly.
You know, it's quite interesting. I like how you said that you choose what organization you want to work with. I know that for us as a people, sometimes Jamaicans can be very like, is the word rigid when it comes to change? Like they don't, especially the old
Resistant.
resistance, right? They're very resistant. Remember when we brought the COVID vaccine to Jamaica and everyone, you know, they're on the news. I'm like, no, when I get this, you know, it's a part of our culture where at times, and I'm seeing that changing, that we can be very, very headstrong and stuck in our ways. So to have change management in the Caribbean within Jamaica is quite vital, and it's so refreshing and so great to see that leaders are on board to do things different and use a
Yes,
people first approach. What I want
yes.
to ask for those that might not know what it is, you mentioned a change histogram, or it's something of the sort. Me for one, I've never heard that terminology.
And
Could you
what?
explain? What did you say
Oh,
that
the histogram.
histogram?
Oh,
Yes.
that's a histogram that shows the different categories that people fall in. I'll send it to you. I'll send you I'll email it to you so you can actually see.
Yes.
It's very, very important.
Yes.
Um, you know, this field is fascinating, you know, and even though I've been in it for a number of years, even though I am a certified change management professional, even though I have been serving in the Association of Change Management Professional, the ACMP, and lead a community of practice, I chair the virtual tools and strategies community of practice for ACMP, where we look at in this virtual environment, what are the tools that we need and we are using? And then within my team, I have practitioners. They are heads of CMOs, change management offices, because a number of these organizations now have CMOs. Remember, there was a time when project management was not even as was not taken as seriously as it is now.
Right.
And then there was a time when they started implementing project management offices. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have the Office of Change Management that are staffed with competent, skilled, certified change management practitioners. And as one interacts with these people, Camille, you're getting knowledge and information that under normal circumstances you wouldn't have before. In one of my in the virtual strategies and tools, I have a neuroscientist who is doing a lot of work on that kind of approach to change management. He is absolutely amazing. And
Wow.
so I am suggesting spend at least 2 hours per week in the whichever community of practice you have joined. I
Mm-hmm.
understand you're in the facilitators, yeah, but
Yes.
Also, there is a webinar portal that they have where they have a number of webinars that have been done. The slides are there, the recording is there. So
Yes.
if you missed it in the past, you can, in fact, engage with it. And the knowledge that is there to help you in a real and practical way. This is not book stuff we're talking about. We're talking about the ability to apply it in a real way in real organizations. I think the ACMP is one of the best places that one
Yes.
go for information. Yep.
Yes, yes, I'm a facilitator, a part of the independent consulting group, and I'm a part of All Members Connect and the
Good.
ACMP. And I did join the
Virtual
tools.
strategy.
Yes,
Awesome. Awesome. Let me see
yes,
you posting. Let me see you doing some
yes.
post.
I
Yeah.
will start to post. I
And
will
post a
definitely
little
start
piece
post.
from your radio, your book. Congratulations to
Yes,
me on publishing your book. I
oh,
am just so
thank
proud of you.
you. Thank
Just post a little piece from it, and then you put a link to either an
Ah,
article or you put a link.
that's a
I
good
wouldn't put a
idea.
link to the book because we're not supposed to be advertising our wares
Right.
on ACMP portal. But it's not just Jamaica that's taking seriously change management, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A number of the countries in the Caribbean. Yeah. I have a mentee in St. Lucia. She is the change management officer on a really large World Bank project. And it's just amazing
It's
to
amazing.
how people are developing greater interest in it, both private sector and public sector.
This is something I'm very happy about because that means I can make I can go back home even sooner and practice. That is definitely a dream of mine. I've worked with some large organization within the United States, but it's absolutely refreshing. And there's so much work that I would like to do within the Caribbean,
Yes,
Jamaica, the Caribbean. That's where my heart lies. So it's very refreshing. I'm really excited to see the growth. I think all the leaders are within Jamaica and the Caribbean are doing such an amazing job.
yes,
Jamaican infrastructure is building up at a
yes,
rapid
yes,
rate. I
yes.
even see, I went to New Kingston. I think it's New Kingston. I see that there's KPMGs in Jamaica right now and other consulting
They've been there
firms.
for a while. What you need
Ah,
to do is to look at the redevelopment of downtown Kingston, and you would be amazed
wow.
at what is happening there. But you know, Camille, one of the ways in which we can help, I think we can do a free webinar. Yeah.
Yes.
Invite a number of organizations to participate, where you talk about your book and the radio methodology, and we can really just encourage them to make change management a priority so that it's actually written into the strategic plan of the organization, and that they are very intentional about equipping their
Mm,
people with the knowledge and the skills and the competencies to be able to lead and manage change in the organization. And what I have found is that when you give them those skills and competencies and tools, they not only use it in the organization, but they use it in their personal lives and in the
look at that.
communities and in the churches as
Look
well.
at that. Right. So yes, that's a great idea. I am so looking forward for us, bringing that torch, through and driving these strategic visions within the Caribbean and Jamaica. I am
Sure.
so very excited and I am ready to be a part of any panel, any webinar, to
Yes.
equip our people, equipped organization, the government, and whoever need that help. So that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to.
We should not lose sight of the need here in the United States either for our talents. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because there is a gift that you and I have, which is the gift to connect with people at the heart. Yeah.
Yes.
John Maxwell says, and I'm a certified John Maxwell speaker, coach, and trainer. And John Maxwell said, everyone communicates, few connect. What you and I have is the ability to connect with people, not only at the intellectual level, but at the emotional level. And change management is very much emotional. One of my colleagues in ACMP, Nadia, she says people are not stupid. So they understand the need for the change, and they understand what is going to be done and so on. Where we need to connect with them is the emotion, where they are now able to say, yes, I have bought into it. Intellectually, I see it. I'm ready now to step into it, past the fear and all of the other things that they are feeling, and step into it. And I think we do have the ability to be able to connect with people like that.
Yes.
And I think there's
Yes.
tremendous opportunities here in the United States, wherever we are. I'm here in South Florida, you're there in Texas, that we are able now to just meet people where they are and help
Because
them.
of virtual.
Yeah.
You know, while you were saying that, something came to mind when it came to connecting with people at the heart. You know, it's one thing, you know, when we're going through change, even personal change,
Yeah.
and we know there's something that we must do. Sometimes we don't have a choice. We might mentally say, okay, I accept this. Physically, I might accept this, but there's so much anxiety and emotions behind it.
Yes.
So, Dr. Jaja, I like what you're saying, because what you're saying is enabling people through change management to have that emotional, the heart feeling of adoption, not just the intellect, not just training people, not just
Yes.
sending out a bunch of communication, not just
Yes.
say, okay, here is the change, and you know, good luck, but actually taking care of people to ensuring that on the emotional level they feel safe. And
Yes.
I think it's important for people to feel safe to feel,
Yes. Yes.
right?
And
So they
and
feel
you know,
safe.
I always say to my clients, the main objective of this change management that we are doing is to win the minds, but most importantly, the hearts and the spirits of
Love
our
that.
people to come
I
with us.
love that.
When we do it, they drive it, you know. They drive it because we build a momentum, and they just come with us in that momentum, and it makes a world of difference when people not just understand, but heartily they have bought into it, and they are willing to support the whole process and do what is necessary. That's the best that you can
That's
achieve.
beautiful, beautifully said. I think we can even wrap on that note. And if there is one takeaway that you'd like our audience to have, what would that be? That one main takeaway.
And that one main takeaway, there are lots of us who um over the years, we've heard about change management. We've said to ourselves that we want to know more about it. We want to become certified. We want to be this. We want to be that. And we keep saying in Jamaica, me ago, meaning I
I'm
am
gonna do
going
it.
to.
Yeah.
My encouragement to people, stop saying I'm going to. Just do it. Yes, just do what is necessary. Become a member of ACMP, do the 30-hour course. And there are a number of companies that do change management courses, 3 hours, self-paced, and you get a certificate at the end of it. For those of you who've been in change management and you want to become
Yes.
a CCMP like me, certified change management professional, you need 4,500 project hours. You need to apply to do the exam. You need to study to do the exam, and you need to sit the 4-hour exam and become a CCMP. And you
There you
maintain
go.
your certification over the years. That's my
There
encouragement
you go.
to people.
I love it. Okay, you hear people stop with me. I go do it.
Yeah,
Just do it.
do it.
You know,
Nike
invest
says,
in yourself, invest in getting certified, and knowledge, you know, it's priceless.
because
So
change
thank
management is
you.
the way of the future.
It sure
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It sure is.
Change
It sure is. One of
management
my
is
mission
becoming
is to,
today what project management was a few years ago. Yeah.
it is the perfect time for people now to get into this field.
Yes.
Perfect time. So thank you, Dr. Jaja. And you know what?
Pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your knowledge. And we're looking forward to learning so much more from you and for connecting. Do you want to tell anyone, like, how can they find you or reach out to you if they want to connect with you? professionally.
NsombiJaja@gmail.com, and I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on LinkedIn. Nsombi Jaja. So you can, it's Nsombi, first name Jaja. And you just put that in LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, and there I am. And I have some motivational videos on IG.
All right, so thank you again.
Okay, all the very best, Camille, and thank you so much for having me. It's such an
Thank
honor.
you.